Back in 1992, a shy little boy rarely left his grandmother's side. The streets of his neighborhood in Rosario were lined with cracked pavements and bougainvillea that spilled over iron gates. He was small for his age, so small that some wondered if he would ever grow into a footballer's frame. His grandmother, Celia, never wondered. She told anyone who would listen that this boy was different, that his feet spoke a language no one else could understand. One afternoon, the boy wandered away from her watchful eye to a dusty pitch near his home. The goals were rusted, the netting frayed, and the white lines were ghosts of seasons past. A coach, arms crossed, studied the players, looking for flashes of potential. Then he saw it, a blur of movement, a touch as soft as breath, a finish as calm as sleep. The coach's eyebrows rose. Before the sun dipped below the rooftops, Lionel Messi had played his first organized match. That same year, just a few streets away, another boy was living a very different kind of moment. Angel Di Maria's life could have ended before it truly began. His mother Diana was crossing the street with him when a car rounded the corner too fast. Tires screeched, a shout tore through the air, and in a heartbeat she yanked him back. The car swerved past, the driver leaning on the horn. The boy was trembling. She held him tight. She had saved him, and with that, she had saved the moments of magic he would one day give to Argentina. Go back further, to 1986. Mexico, Estadio Azteca. Diego Maradona stands beneath the high Mexican sun, arms raised to the sky. A million cameras click, freezing the instant. His shirt clings with sweat, but his smile is unbreakable. He has just led Argentina to their second World Cup title. He has danced past defenders, bent the rules of the game, and lifted a nation on his shoulders. He has shown the world that one man, one ball, can conquer everything. But even as the confetti settled, no one knew it would be decades before Argentina would stand on that mountaintop again. The road from those moments to Lusail would not be straight. It would wind through heartbreak, false dawns, and near misses that can cut as deep as any defeat in sport can. Julián Álvarez was still a boy in Cauchin, chasing the ball through streets that turned to mud in the rain. Enzo Fernández was growing up in San Martin, playing in makeshift tournaments with plastic bottles as cones. Di María was already a star, but his body had betrayed him another injury. Messi, older now, was captain. The armband weighed more than fabric should. Against Germany, Argentina fought for every inch. Higuain put the ball in the net in the first half, but the flag went up. Offside. Messi had a chance, a moment where the Maracana held its breath, but the ball curled wide. Nearly 2 hours into a match without a goal, Germany found their moment. Scherl raced down the left, his cross curling toward the 6-yard box. Mario Götze took it on his chest, the ball dropping like a gift. In one smooth motion, he volleyed it past Romero. The dream was gone, the image burned forever. And as if fate wanted to twist the knife, Argentina would return to finals twice, only to feel the same emptiness. 1 year later in Santiago, the Copa America final went to penalties. Chile held their nerve, Argentina did not. A year after that, in the centenary Copa America final, history repeated itself. Same opponent, same ending, same numbness. Messi couldn't take it. Under the stadium lights, he announced his retirement from the national team. His voice cracked, his eyes lowered to the floor. "For me, the national team is over," he said. But Argentina refused to let him go. Crowds filled the streets. They begged him to return. They painted banners, sang in plazas, and shouted into microphones. Their voices became one. 67 days later, he did. The World Cup in Russia ended in disappointment. France sent Argentina home in the round of 16. Jorge Sampaoli was gone before the dust had even settled. The Federation dreamed of hiring Pochettino, Simeone, or Gallardo. They couldn't afford them, so they turned to Lionel Scaloni, an interim coach, a placeholder, a man whose job everyone assumed was to keep the seat warm. A friendly loss to Venezuela, a shaky Copa America group stage. Nothing promised, but something was shifting. The passing became sharper, the shape more disciplined. Even losing to Brazil in the semifinals felt like progress. Scaloni stayed 3 years without defeat, 36 matches unbeaten. Argentina had found its rhythm. The Copa America final came in 2021, in the Maracana, against Neymar's Brazil. The stadium echoed with ghosts from 2014. One goal decided it, a delicate chip from Di Maria after a perfect pass from DePaul. Messi finally lifted a trophy for his country. The image of him crying, holding the Copa America, would be burned into the memory of millions. It was a new dawn, but the greatest test still waited. On paper, the perfect start, Saudi Arabia. 9 minutes in, Messi scored from the spot. Routine. expected. But football has no respect for certainty. Saudi Arabia equalized. Then, Al-Dawsari danced into the box, twisting past defenders, and curled the ball into the top corner. Argentina had lost. The dream looked broken. Instead, it had just begun. They had to win their next 2 matches. For an hour against Mexico, Guillermo Ochoa was impenetrable. Messi was fouled again and again. The tension in Lusail was suffocating. Then, with the clock ticking down, he found a sliver of space, 25 yards out. 1 touch to set himself. 1 strike, low and precise. Ochoa dived too late. The net shook. Enzo Fernández curled in a second. Argentina had life again. Against Poland, a chance for top spot in the group. Messi won a penalty, stepped up, and missed. Sir Chesney guessed right, but Argentina didn't panic. Early in the second half, a flowing move from Di Maria to Malia found McAllister. His shot trickled inside the far post. Minutes later, Enzo slid the ball to Álvarez, who rifled it home. First place secured. The Phoenix had risen. Australia had never beaten the South American team at the World Cup, but they didn't come to Qatar for history lessons. Messi's 1,000th professional match. The score was still 0-0 after 34 minutes when he picked up the ball in the box. 1 touch, a shift of weight, a shot through a forest of legs. Goal. Álvarez doubled the lead in the second half, but Australia refused to bow. A deflection from Craig Goodwin made it 2-1. Final seconds. Garang Kual, a teenager, stood at the back post with the ball at his feet. 1 touch from history. Emi Martínez launched forward, arms wide. Saved. Argentina survived. Louis van Gaal's Netherlands had not lost since his return. For 35 minutes, the match was a wrestling contest in midfield. Then Messi spotted Nahuel Molina's run. The pass was otherworldly, slicing through orange shirts like light through glass. Molina finished 1-0. A foul on Acuna. Messi from the spot, 2-0. Safe? Not in football. Wout Weghorst came on, headed in. Then, 11 minutes into stoppage time, the Dutch pulled off the unthinkable. A free kick routine that slid the ball through the wall. Weghorst again. Extra time was chaos. Enzo hit the post. 17 yellow cards were shown. The air was heavy with history. Penalties. Emi Martínez danced on the line. First Dutch penalty saved, second saved. Lautaro Martinez ended it. Argentina were through. Croatia had ended Brazil's dream. Their midfield, Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, was a masterpiece of control. Half an hour gone, Álvarez chased the long ball, nudged it past Livakovic, and was fouled. Messi smashed the penalty high into the net. Minutes later, Álvarez ran from his own half, straight through defenders, and scored. In the second half, Messi took Guardiola, one of the best defenders of the tournament, apart. 3 times in one run. He squared to Álvarez. Goal, 3-0. Croatia dismantled. Argentina in the final. By halftime against France, they had no shots, no touches in Argentina's box. Messi scored from the spot. Then, a sweeping counter saw Di Maria finish with elegance. 2-0. It seemed over, until it wasn't. A penalty Mbappe scored. 97 seconds later, he volleyed in the equalizer. Extra time began in fear. Then Messi scored again. 3-2. 4 minutes left. Another penalty. Mbappe, hat-trick. After 120 minutes of madness. Penalties. Mbappe scored first. Emi Martínez saved Coman's shot. Tchouaméni missed. Every Argentinian penalty found the net. Gonzalo Montiel stepped up. 6 steps. The ball rolled into the net. It was over. 36 years since their last title. The second longest wait between World Cup wins in history. Messi had played more World Cup games than anyone. Now he held the one trophy missing from his career. Álvarez, the boy who once watched Messi cry on his debut, had scored 4 times in the tournament. Di Maria, the boy saved from the car, scored in the final. Scaloni, the interim no one expected, built a team that conquered the world. And Maradona's shadow now stood beside Messi in the Pantheon. Some stories are bigger than football. This one will be told for generations. If you enjoyed the vibes, help me by leaving a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe for future documentaries.